Now, if you know me, you'll know just how much I love a good black hole. I'm the librarian, and I came to read. Yes, God, come on, double speak, because that sentence definitely had two meanings. Before I start, I just wanted to say thank you so much to Sonia Lopez, I think, for sending me this cute little card in my P.O. box. I hadn't checked my P.O. box in so long, so I just want to go ahead and thank anybody else who sent me some stuff. I really do appreciate it. Y'all already know, since we're talking about P.O. boxes and stuff, which is in my description, wink, wink. My birthday is definitely coming up. I know that y'all love to wait till the last minute to buy whatever tickets y'all want. Let me just let you know that I think there are like 7 or 8 left, 8 VIP tickets left. So if you want that, go on over to houseofexpression.com/shop/birthday and get your life. Also on my shop on House of Expression, you can find this shirt. Y'all already know what the T is. I had this out for a long time. So if you want this shirt, go ahead to houseofexpression.com as well and check it out. As I said before, you don't have to buy VIP tickets if you don't want it. If you want to just come to Mix Atlanta and just party with me on Friday, April 19th, okay? Get your life, because I'm going to get mine. Also, make sure that you're going to fortheculturepodcast.com. Y'all already know, every week we release a new episode, and this week's episode that we released today was entitled Old Town Bottoms, okay? Old Town Road, Old Town Bottoms. Same thing, y'all. I'm going to take my tray to the Old Town Road and ride until your ass comes home. It's so much to discuss, And since we're on the spirit of Lion King, every man the light touches, I've stolen. Every man the light touches, I've stolen. Everything that the light touches, every wig that the light touches is Beyonce. Lion King released a new trailer, sis, and we got to take a first look at Scar, I think. And some girls were unhappy with his appearance. I was just like, sis, I do not expect these CGI ass lions to look the same exact way that they did on the cartoon. It's not realistic. Scar looks good with his chipped ass ears, sis. Them hyenas, we got to see Timon and Pumbaa, girl. Simba was walking around and shit. Mufasa was telling his ass, girl, every trade that the light touches is yours. You know what I mean? I'm here for it. They are being really strategic about not letting us hear not one note, not one tone, not one pitch change, not one key change from Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter's mouth. I don't know what's going on. Actually, I do know what's going on. It's called good marketing, because y'all asses, all our asses, are gonna want to buy the ticket even more just to hear our queen do exactly what needs to be done. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Do what needs to be done on that damn soundtrack. The girls are not going to be able to take. The girls are not going to be able to take. Sis got whole types of Adidas deals, Netflix documentaries. I'm just like, what's going on, Lion King? Does she ever sleep? Whatever, I'm excited to see it. New trailer came out. Please let me know what you guys think of it. It seemed like Disney saved all day fucking budget for this. Oh my God, it seemed like Disney saved all this damn budget just for the Lion King, because Aladdin looked like shit. I wasn't gonna see Dumbo. I was like, okay, girl. Let me know what you guys think of it. I wanted to go ahead and get this whole discussion out the way before we move into other topics, because it's extremely important and I need for y'all to pay attention, okay? Zion Wade, now he's Dwayne Wade's son, and he's 11 years old, Dwayne and Gabrielle, girl, and they have been so damn supportive. And every time I watch how they support their son, I think about how different my life would have been, or how different my mental state would have been if I grew up in a household that accepted me for who I was at such a young age, or if I grew up in a place where I didn't have to hide myself. I said on the podcast episode that growing up in certain environments, especially like black religious ass environments, as someone who's LGBT, it feels like you don't have access to yourself. It feels like every day that you wake up, you have to put on a performance. And some people have to put on a performance while they go to work, while they go to school. But imagine having to do that in every single aspect of your life. And the only time that you can be yourself is when you have alone time and when no one is looking, while everyone else is at school, experimenting with their crushes and who they like and flirting with their ass. While I was in school as a young kid, I was not able to do that shit. I had to do it in the dark. I was not able to do it openly while everyone else, live their lives out loud. I was not able to do that. So seeing this is extremely encouraging because it makes me think that these kids are not going to have to go through some of the same bullshit that some people my age, black LGBT people my age, had to go through. So I'm excited about that. But there's so many people who are just so disgusted at the fact that how dare Dwayne and Gabrielle support this bullshit at 11 years old. What does he know about sexuality? He can't know anything about being gay. And that's so crazy to me because I'm like, y'all dumbasses at 11 years old, y'all straight asses, you knew exactly who y'all were attracted to. And it didn't necessarily mean that you were over here sucking dick when you were 11 years old, but it meant that you understood what you liked. And that's it. You had a crush on this nigga in first period, or you had a crush on this girl and you want to go see her at lunchtime and give her a little Valentine's Day card. And so there was this whole conversation going on about why she's taking it into pride. I can't believe this. What does he know at 11 years old? And it's just like, where's that same energy for heterosexual people? As we discussed on our latest podcast episode, we're just like, sis, y'all, as soon as y'all babies are born, as soon as they're not even old enough to crawl, you have them dressed up in ladies' man shirts, okay? Or my dad said you can't date me ass shirts. As soon as they jump out the womb. But you gonna tell me that somebody who's 11 years old doesn't understand what's going on in their own goddamn minds? Get it together. I'd rather you just say, oh, I hate homosexuality. I hate that it's being supported, instead of passing it off like, oh, kids don't understand who they're attracted to. Because girl, y'all straight asses understood who y'all were attracted to at a young age. Y'all understood that. That's why y'all were able to bully gays in school, because you understood that we were different. So y'all aren't really angry about the fact that, you know, how could this kid know that he's gay? Y'all aren't really raising actual concerns. You're just angry that the kid is actually gay, and you think that he shouldn't be. So I'd rather you just say that. And in the realm of music, I was gonna go ahead and speak about Boosie's latest album, but nobody else is, obviously, because it only sold 300 copies. Apparently his ass was online talking about it should be only 300 motherfuckers in this Periscope. The rest of y'all need to go away. I'm just like, girl, all right. So moving right along, because I mean, there's nothing there. LMA, girl, Jacquees went up on somebody's stage. I don't know what it was. Y'all already know I don't pay attention to male rappers unless they're gay, and that's that. He was on the stage, and girl, yet again, he was performing LMA's song Trip, and it's just like, okay, LMA responded with just like, let me make sure I get it right, and said, you know, I'd be so embarrassed if someone brought me on stage and the only thing I could sing was someone else's song because nobody knew my actual music. Poor thing. And it's just, I'm here for LMA dragging it, because at what point do these niggas stop being corny? You know, at what point? And Jacquees took his ass up there again and was just, I was like, all right, woo, aren't you tired? Nah, you're not, because you just keep going and going and corny and corny and corny, just like the Energizer Bunny. Just, you won't stop, and it won't stop. No, no. Ooh. 7 Streeter type of tease. I know that your ass won't stop. And speaking of somebody who won't stop, J-Lo, the girls are talking about you. They said you won't stop stealing concepts. You won't stop stealing content, girl. And I'm not gonna talk too much about your ass because you may take my voice from this video and put it in your next track, no shade. But this latest video from Medicine, the girls were online dragging it. They were saying like, sis, this looks like a bleached out version of Cardi B's video, no shade. Now, this is not the first time J-Lo has done it, which is why I'm talking about it, because this is a repeat offender, from Ashanti's vocals to stolen concepts. We can talk about the fact that Beyonce has all your faves out here wearing these sombrero built ass hats, you know, but that's a whole different story. It seems in general like J-Lo has no, we were talking about this online, J-Lo has no musical identity because she's not really musically inclined. And so all artists obviously want to stay current. They want to keep in mind some of the musical trends, music industry trends that are going around, so their albums, their music can remain in mainstream, of course. But when you have actual talent, you're able to take the trends and make it your own. So I said on Twitter, I was like, to me, it seems like J-Lo is not riding the wave, but the wave is riding her, because she has no true musical identity. She's just like, oh girl, what's poppin'? What's poppin' today? What's poppin'? Oh girl, just put my name, slap my name on that shit, take somebody vocals, what's that? It's a concept, to turn that video around, make everything white. So it's like, she's not even making things that she's inspired by at this point. Whatever's trending for a quick buck, put my name on it, and that's it. But see, it's also unfair to just single out J-Lo when a lot of people in the music industry are doing that shit. Most people in the industry are doing that shit. Most people in the industry do not have no musical talent. Half of their asses can't even stay on beat. I mean, if we talk about rap, these niggas are really popping off by allowing the beat to beat their asses up. Usually you stomp on the beat if you're a rapper, girl. The beat has been molly-whopping the hell out of some of our favorite rappers out here, girl. So I don't know, it's interesting. I just had to bring it up because that's what the girls were talking about online. Now let's take a quick nerd break and talk about the news that just came out. Interstellar type of tease, girl. Apparently they came out here and said, girl, we got the first image of a black hole. And they put this shit up. They say, hey sis, I know this shit looks like an orange peel, but this is actually a black hole. Now, if you want to see the network of telescopes that had to be involved in taking this damn picture, this is it. This is how much it took. So that whole network of telescopes around the globe basically amounts to a planet-sized telescope that they were able to use to see a black hole that was apparently has a mass of 6.5 billion suns within the size of a whole ass solar system. And they're saying that the black hole is apparently 55 million light years away from us. Now that will, like light years and that concept will always like blow my mind, because what 55 million light years means is that the light from that black hole has taken 55 million years to reach Earth. So we're not, even when we look at these objects in outer space, we're not even seeing them as they are today. We're seeing them as they were 55 million years ago, girl. We ain't shit. We ain't shit. We can't even see what's going on in our universe currently. Like, we are trapped in time and space. So what that means is that if we were standing on this black hole without it killing us for some strange reason, and looked back at Earth, we would see what the Earth looked like 55 million years ago. So yes, I won't blab on and on and on about it, because things like this make my inner nerd jump out. But anytime stuff like this comes out, honestly, it could be anything from science fiction to actual reality, anytime these topics come out, that shit always gives me an existential crisis. And speaking of a crisis, I would talk about Candace Owens' hair, but no one can help, no one can alleviate that. You can call FEMA, you can call Homeland Security, you can even call down the Pentagon, but there's nothing that will help that crisis that is growing or barely on top of her scalp. I'm not going to give Candace too much shine on my goddamn channel, but what I will say is that after this damn hearing or whatever it is on, I think it was like white nationalism or whatever, in front of Congress, after this hearing, Candace will grow, her popularity will grow, she will skyrocket into a new dimension of fame. I'm sure she will. She'll be booked and busy, because there's nothing that, like I said on Twitter, there's nothing that white racist people love more than a tap dancing Uncle Tom ass poster child who wants to act like systemic issues that minorities face they don't exist. Because what they get to do then is that the system gets to continue fucking us over, and then you have people like Candace Owens who's going to step in and tell us, well girl, y'all need to pull y'all stuff up by y'all bootstraps, stop, I don't have this victim mentality. And I also said this online, I said it's not playing the victim if you're asking someone to stop punching you in the face. Like, it doesn't matter how many of these wannabe ass black Republicans, it doesn't matter how many of them get up there and say, well girl, there's nothing preventing us from getting to where we need to be as black people. It doesn't matter how many times you say it. The fact remains that there are roadblocks that prevent us, purposefully created to keep us in certain areas. So, I mean, I guess you can keep driving on the road and act like the potholes ain't there, but you're gonna fuck your car up, okay? And so there's nothing wrong with saying, hey sis, that's a pothole, that's a pothole. We might need to swerve and avoid them, or find ways to fill these potholes up. I feel like I'm talking about Atlanta. Ain't nobody said we're gonna live our lives and define ourselves as victims, but to act like there's not a system here fucking us over is completely ignorant to me. But as I said, Candace is going to be used by these conservatives as a poster child, and they're gonna milk her like they did with Stacey Dash and the rest of these girls. They're gonna milk her until they can't use her anymore and toss her ass aside. I'm sure she'll make a whole bunch of money, she will write a whole bunch of books, but at the end of the day, the components of white supremacy still fuck us over, and it's very apparent. I'm not going to be getting my life over Candace who supports Trump. It's not realistic. And since we spent so much time talking about an ashy black person, let's talk about a moisturized, fully moisturized black person. Maxine Waters went in there. I think she was speaking to the Secretary of the Treasury, Mr. Stephen. She dragged the shit out of him, okay? Apparently Stephen was just like, girl, I can't believe that I'm in here in this meeting. And Maxine was like, you could go. I think they had some committee hearing, girl. It's so much shit going on. I'm trying to stay away from politics for a little bit just to hold on to my sanity, But they were at this hearing. The Secretary of the Treasury was really trying Miss Maxine, who is the chair, you know what I mean? And he was just like, I can't believe I'm here. And then Maxine was like, you can leave. you can go ahead and leave. And Steve was like, girl, I was just like, okay. Steve was like, sis, well, I guess I'll cancel my meeting. I guess I'll cancel my very important meeting to get grilled by all of you. And Maxine was like, okay, that's fine. Okay, so he is agreed. And Steve was like, wait a minute, I didn't agree. And then Maxine was like, what, sis? No, you just said that you would cancel your meeting and stay here. Even though he was trying to be sarcastic, Maxine was like, girl, okay, fine, yeah, I'm glad, cancel your meeting and you can stay here. And Steve was just like, no, well, you're ordering me to stay. And Maxine was like, no, you said that you would, okay? And he was like, well, can you dismiss us? And he was like, you got to bang the gravel. And I was like, sis, what's a gravel? But Maxine was like, at this point, don't tell me how to do my job. Don't tell me how to conduct this committee, because I'm the chair. The time belongs to the chair. That's it. Bottom line is we had to stand, okay? On that note, I'm gonna take your dad to the Old Town Road and ride until I own his home. And that's how I know that I will have a good goddamn evening.